I do know wall kicks is pretty good. Chisame is also pretty good. I'm not sure about Ravis and Iron Gun Zero, but lots of new faces. Looks like we have Ravis starting in Sanctuary, while the other three start in Link's House. That was a quick map check from Chisame. We have pendants at Hera and Desert. I think Desert was green. We see three of our runners taking the sign up towards the uncle. They're going to kill this one guard to set up a tree pole. Looks like most people got a bomb drop. Oh, everybody got a bomb drop. Sweet. Bombs, of course, very important early on in Rando. There are 3 bomb lock locations in Kakariko, one of the most dense item locations in the game. And looks like bombs are not going to be an issue. Everyone picked up some bombs, and there's 3 more bombs just sitting there in the Lost Woods. A bottle in the blinds, or in the Thieves' Hideout. And with a map in Sanctuary, that means there's still going to be 6 items littered throughout the escape. That's gonna be definitely a place our runners are gonna want to go eventually. Another very dense item location. Ravis is our first runner to make it to Kakariko. Makes sense without doing the uncle. Oh, I got Zero killing his little bush crab there. Probably not intentional. And he gets the lumberjack for us, and it's just a heart container, so Agna will not be required for lumberjack, but can still be required for many other reasons, such as just straight up Dark World access. So finding that bottle before getting to Kakariko is a very nice find. It'll mean our runners will not have to double dip the village just for Sick Kid. Ravis finding Bombo's tablet. Bombo's medallion there in the Lion's Hideout. Doesn't really do anything for us now, but could definitely end up being required. Ravis dropping into the well. Finding all kinds of good stuff. A whole piece of heart. Wow, that's amazing. 20 rupees to go with it. What a lucky find. And another bottle. Kakariko, of course, is one of those places that every runner in every seed ever is gonna go. It's just something you gotta do. The chance that there's progression here is just way too high for anyone to avoid this for too long. Ravis checking one of those bomb lock locations. Call this the chicken house because it's a house full of chickens. It's a revolutionary naming, I know. All right, Ravis moving on, checking that Sick Kid. What do you got for us today, buddy? 10 bombs. What were you doing with those bombs, Sick Kid? Those are ours. Bad, Sick Kid. Bad. Well, that's it for Kakariko. Ravis finding not much, just bombos and a bottle. Not even rupees. Only 27 rupees to his name. Library, not having much. We won't have to be going back here later. And Ravis opting to check the race game before actually doing it. This can be a time save if you end up not doing it. Ravis is rewarded. Only 10 arrows there on the race game. Chisame down to his last bomb. Chooses to open up the bomb shack in the bottom left corner of Kakariko. There are 4 bottles, or 4 pots here that have bombs in them. Nice way to turn 1 bomb into 4. Ravis moving on. He's going down to South Shore. He's opting to skip the dam for now. This is a little unusual play. Like, most people will check the dam, but if you can do it later with Sick Kid, or not Sick Kid, but Swamp Palace, it's very efficient. Unfortunately, no weapons except for those bombs, so he'll have to throw bombs at these mini Moldorms who do not like to stand still. Whips a bomb throw right there. But he gets them done and still has 3 bombs left. Nice bomb refill. And we get a sword out of Mini Moldorm Cave. That would be really helpful to have before Mini Moldorm Cave. I'm sure he'll find a use for a sword later in the scene, though. Probably. I mean, I can think of at least one place where it's nice to have a sword. Like every other location in the game. Wallkick's also moving down to South Shore, but he is going to check the dam, so we'll be able to get a look at those items that Ravis skipped. Meanwhile, it looks like IR Godzilla is headed to front of escape with just bombs. You can kill all these guards that you have to through the escape with just bombs. A little inefficient, though. Looks like Wallkick's found a flute. A flute in the dam. Ravis is going to be kicking himself later when he realizes he skipped that. Cheesema getting his flute as well. And IR Godzilla finding a lamp in that first chest. He still has to kill these guards, though, with bombs. Oh, he whiffs one. Having a little rough time with that guard. Decides to reset the room. There you go. He got the guard this time. It took him quite a few bombs, though. He has plenty to finish it, though. Wallkick's walking out of Mini Moldorm Cave. It would be faster for him to go activate his flute and just fly over to Ice Rod Cave, but it's not a huge time loss to just walk over here. Alright, Ravis now making his way into the front of the escape. We'll see how much faster this is with a sword instead of bombs. Oh, IR Godzilla running into trouble, already wasting 2 bombs on this guard. Alright, he finishes him though. He only has 1 bomb left, but I think that'll be enough. There are pots in this last room to kill the ball and chain guard. It won't need to use bombs on him. And looks like all of our runners now have deemed that front of escape is clearly the option.
The real question is, why does IR Godzilla not have a sword?
Well, he opted to do front of escape with 10 bombs instead of going to Mini Moldorm Cave.
That's always fun.
It's not the craziest thing in the world. Oh, hi, Fear Agent. The Mini Moldorm Cave can be kind of trolly, trying to kill Mini Moldorms with bombs, and if you know like the sweet little setups for killing the guards with bombs, it's not so bad.
Yeah. But I'll always take that sword. Faster and easier.
I mean, if he knew the sword was there, I'm sure he would do it, right?
Well, that's when with open starts, I never started Uncle. But that's just me. So where was the sword? In the flute?
The flute was in the dam, and the sword was in Mini Moldorm Cave itself. So you had to go through the Mini Moldorms to get the weapon to kill the Mini Moldorms.
Oh, fun.
The glove there in Zelda's chest, though, leads Zira to back escape. Ravis right behind. Where we found a boomerang. You know, not like the worst thing you could ever find, but not exactly helpful. It will help Zira here a little bit to stun this rat. Never mind, he wants to leave.
Are we feeling Aga already? That lamp and that sword? I mean, whenever I get an early lamp, I always feel like Aga's gonna end up being the play. Just because.
Yeah, for me though, it's not just the lamp, it's the fact that it's lamp and no hammer and no moon pearl. It makes me really think Aga.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why Zira left. We did find both the small key and the map, but he decided not to continue through the escape to get to Dark Cross. Oh, he didn't have a weapon. He ran out of bombs. He couldn't kill the rat.
Doesn't the boomerang kill it?
No, it just stuns it. And the mitts were in Dark Cross. Poor Zira. He's going to have to come back for that later.
So there goes those Aga dreams for now, at least.
Zira's in a pretty rough spot now. Because he's down to 0 bombs and has no way to kill these mini Moldorms.
There's 3 bombs, but that's not enough. Yeah, that's not enough.
If you get lucky, it is.
I mean, you gotta get super lucky.
My assumption is always it's gonna take me at least 5 bombs to kill them. But sometimes you get lucky and you get a nice 3 bomb kill.
I mean, you got 3 bombs and you got the flute. It hasn't been a Kakariko yet, so seems like a safer choice.
Oh, he's been to Kakariko.
Oh, he has been to Kakariko. Oh,
yeah, he went to Kakariko. They found nothing but bombs, and he immediately went in front of escape. We might see him go like over to Sahasra or something and just buy bombs on the way.
Yeah, I'd probably just buy bombs right next to the shop next to your house above the island there.
Yeah, the Lake
crap out of. Yeah, go bomb the crap out of those mini Moldorms.
Alright, Ravis eventually went back to the dam. He did get his flute bow activated now. Chisame, with his flute already active, heading straight to the mountain, checking Old Man Cave. Totally in logic. Got a lamp and everything.
So what haven't we seen besides this mountain check? Has anybody been to Agina's cave or Ice Rod cave?
We saw Ice Rod cave. It was powder, but no Agina check and no Sahasrara or Eastern or Zora.
Okay. But that flute makes the traveling a bit easier. Whenever I get the flute early, I usually like to check out Agina's cave pretty early as well.
I do my best to pair it with a save and quit. Like if I'm going to do back of escape, but I just got the flute, I might go to Agina first just so I can save and quit out of there instead of walking out.
Get an old shirt from the old man.
Definitely a nice pickup. Blue Mill, of course, halves the damage that you take from most enemies, effectively doubling your heart total. One of those enemies that doesn't count, though, are boulders.
Yeah, that is true.
Don't touch me, boulders! So we see Chisame here doing the Spectacled Rock Cave blind. This is just to get this hentile, which is pretty nice hentile.
Yeah, super nice.
So it's going to be a vanilla big key in Meyer, but the other torch item is going to be a unique one. God, I hope it's a single arrow.
You know, once we find like the Moon Pearl and say like the hook shot, we might be able to get in there and do that.
Yeah, that early medallion could absolutely be the one required to open up Meyer.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Chisame with flute in hands decides to walk this way instead of flute. I do that all the time.
Well, when you're going to Sahasrara, it's a wash anyway. Unless he wanted to do Eastern first. Which is a little crazy. If the bow was like insta hostile, you get punished pretty hard.
Yeah, but I mean, I actually think I like doing Eastern. If you have a glove, I kind of like doing Eastern before I do Sasha, but
Looks like we're gonna get a Geen escape check out of wall kicks before he goes over to Eastern.
yeah, just some bombs on the ledge there.
And IR Zero finally having 10 bombs, headed to Mini Moldorm Cave where he'll pick up his sword.
Moon Pearl's gonna be here, right? Or something that gets us to the Moon Pearl, like a hook shot or a mirror.
Yeah, I would guess hook shot. I think that'd be the most likely item to find at this point.
Yeah, because I guess the mirror just gives us hair. We don't have the hammer. I forgot about that.
I've seen some pretty crazy things happen to get to a Moon Pearl before. Like the early flute and mitts makes me think maybe a checkerboard. So mirror would give access to that.
Yeah. You play enough inverted, that happens quite a bit, actually. It can be frustrating. There's our big key. And where did we get the shovel? I'm guessing that was... Okay. Just a $5.
Feels fetch quest, man.
Yeah, for those fetch quests, it's always tough. Like, when do you do them? Like, if you get like an early mushroom, do you turn it in early?
Chisame not finding much in Eastern so far. He's got one check left, though.
Yeah, this lamp is suspicious. This is what the lamp is probably for, to get this, I'm guessing the Moon Pearl here.
Yeah, definitely in logic to grab this. And we'll see Chisame do a nifty little damage boost here to get to this item super quick. Normally you'd have to kill everything in the room, but with iframes, you don't gotta kill nothing. And it is the Moon Pearl.
Surprise, surprise. Yeah. I'm shocked.
Honestly, it's like the worst thing they could have found.
So do you go do my area first, or do you go... Where's your direction?
I would definitely take care of Myers Shed before I do anything else, because navigating the overworld without the hammer is just so horrendous. No matter what direction you choose, you will be skipping things because you don't have that hammer.
Yeah. We're gonna get our first look at the Dark World, though.
The Swamp Pendant, and then red crystals at Pod and Thieves Town. Chisame going for Front of Skullwoods. This makes a lot of sense. Front of Skullwoods is pretty efficient when it comes to, like, most dungeons. Most players will end up treating it just like Overworld.
Yeah, that's what I've done, just because it's burned me so many times.
The only check here that Chisame might opt not to do is the vanilla big key chest. But skipping that but doing everything else can be very, very dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Because you're leaving one chest behind, and what if it's the fire rod? Looks like Ravis is going to get that Myers Shed check before heading on. If this is the hammer, wow.
Yeah, I like this check.
And it's Ether to get into Misery Mire. So unfortunately, no super early Meyer play today. And Meyer should not paying off. He'll have to go to Village of Outcasts just like everyone else.
You know, you don't see this often, but this still could be an Aga seed.
For East Arc World Access, yeah.
And there's ways around that, but did anybody check Lumberjack early?
We did have a Lumberjack check. It was not progression.
Just a big 20 there in Swamp or in Skull Woods.
For sequence breaking East Arc World Access, all runners do have the option of doing the Kern jump, but it's relatively new, and not everyone may be practiced in that.
Yeah, I know that Ravis and Chisame know it, but we'll see if it's, you know, all it would take to eliminate that is a hammer or the flippers.
You know, I got to name it. When Kern found that jump, he didn't want to call it the Kern jump, but I made it happen. And now everybody calls it the Kern jump.
I love it. Creative name. It's forever going to be known as the Kern jump, though.
I know, that's the best part. He wanted to call it like the bomb jump to East Dark World or something like ludicrous.
No.
I'm like, that's way too descriptive, dude. Just name it after yourself. Let's make it happen. So front of Skullwood's not paying off. Ravis and Chisame headed into Village of Outcasts. Meanwhile, Iragard Zira is trying to make sure he didn't leave anything behind before making these really horrible overworld routings. He's going to check a Gina's Gate.
And you know, the problem with a situation like this that I often find myself in is trying to break the logic and Kern bomb jumping and then leaving something like flippers in the first 4 chests of like the East Town or something.
Yeah, I try not to do it unless like I have the bow and can at least like get all the way through pot or something.
Yeah.
I've had it pay off though. Like I found hammer catfish like 6 or 7 times doing that.
Oh yeah, it can definitely save you a ton of time.
And the thing with the Kern jump getting you that early catfish check is catfish is such a terrible location to try to route in for most runners. Like as long as they end up doing the check later, you don't really lose all that much time from going over there.
Right.
It's the walk down to Pyramid that really starts losing you time.
If I have something like the mirror and I don't have East Dark World access, I don't mind like checking the Graveyard Ledge into Catfish into Pyramid.
Yeah, since you're walking over that way anyway.
Yeah.
Speaking of the mirror, Ravis just found his on Stumpy. That means he can turn straight around and go do the Smith's Hex.
Yeah, this makes this super nice because otherwise I don't want to do the Smith checks at all without that mirror.
A little unfortunate placement for the mirror though, because it kind of orphans Graveyard Ledge. It's going to be very difficult to make your way back over to that location.
Yeah. It's one of those locations I'm always hoping for a hint for.
Yeah, absolutely. Graveyard Ledge is one of our terrible item locations that gets weighted differently for the hints. You're much more likely to find a check, a hint referring to the Graveyard Ledge than, say, K45.
Oh no! Eric Godzilla went to go get his gloves and then saved and quit.
Uh-oh. Hopefully he's aware that he skipped a location there. He may be confused because while he did find the map and the key, he had spent the key earlier. So when you walk in the dungeon, if you don't remember that you opened that key door, it's not entirely obvious.
Did you see what I just saw on Magic Bat?
No, I missed it.
That, my friend, was the bow.
That is a nice item to find.
So where is that powder, and why does Chisame not have it?
The powder was Ice Rod Cave.
Ruh-roh.
I thought he did it, but I guess not.
So Smith Chain doesn't really net us anything, but that powder is a nice pickup.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's really common to not turn in the powder right now because to do so means having to re-enter the Dark World without that hammer.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty inefficient compared to if you just wait for the hammer. But of course, if the bow is locking the hammer, not really have much choice there.
I haven't been counting items in these town, but Chisame just found the small key.
And Iraga Zero does make his way back to Dark Cross and finds his Dark World access. He's back on track,
Good.
you guys. Would have hated to see like an early forfeit because he's at one location.
See if Chisame can stay on script here for this blind fight. So far, so good.
Very clean fight from Chisame. And gets a Master Sword for his trouble.
Not bad.
So,
maybe our tracker can tell us. I'm not sure. Is there a map or compass in that big chest, or did he leave an item there?
So the Master Sword, while it doesn't directly open up any item locations, it does give us logical access to Aga, which means that East Dark World is completely in logic. Brave is checking that Hint Island Swamp Palace. Of course, without the flippers, he will not be able to do any chests in there.
Yeah, but he is going to give us our first look at the Hype Cave. How hype can our Hype Cave be today?
Well, it's usually a misnomer, but with how few items they have, I think we might see something.
Right, we definitely need to come up with a new name for Hype Cave. Kern Cave? Should we call it Kern's Cave? Flippers.
And flippers. And another sword. And the book.
Okay, so that was pretty hype.
Okay, so finding that book, I think Ravis is probably going to go check Bombo's tablet first. I mean, you're right here. He disagrees. Never mind. Ravis hates Bombo's tablet. It's the worst location ever. There's never anything there.
This that does kill Aga, though.
Yeah, Aga will definitely not be logically required this scene.
Just me picking up his mirror. So Ravis the only one going to give us some new information here, and he's going to head straight to Pod.
That's so weird. I mean, you just got the flippers. He didn't even check Hobo on the way.
Yeah, not sure. I think he thought he was going to mirror. I think he was playing inverted for a second, but no, he's heading to Pod. Just enough cash in hand as well.
I think Ravis is aware that most players wouldn't have turned in the mushroom or the powder like he did, and would not be having
Try and
to
take
right now.
advantage.
So he wants to,
yeah,
he wants to turn that into progression. When you're ahead, get more ahead, you guys. Or behind, whichever.
Yeah, it could lead you down a bad path. Though, I mean, Pod likely going to have something. Vanilla-ish hammer. We're going to get a French vanilla hammer here.
That would definitely be what Ravis is hoping for. Yep, Chisame. There you go. He's got the purple chest.
And he is making the play that we're talking about. He's skipping that He doesn't even have the powder, so he can't.
Yeah, not even an option
Can't do
for
it.
him. And Pod is 100% bow lock, except for that first chest. Oh, Wall Kick's running into a little trouble here on blind. He's got a blue potion. He'll be all right.
Crystal number 1 for wall kicks there. Let's take a look at the hint here in Pod.
Dongo disliked smoke. That is super good info. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah.
Thanks, Vitor.
All right, so Chisholm going to pick up his treasure trove of items here in Hive Cave, and I imagine he checks the tablet. Since he's got that purple chest in hand, it's just a check away.
Yeah, he's headed that way anyway.
So there's the ice rod.
Not
Interesting.
the best item to find right now, but something he'll definitely need later. No hammer. Ravis has to mirror back to the front of the dungeon.
Having that mirror is nice, though.
Yeah,
Not having a death warp.
Yeah, Pod is one of the best dungeons to have a mirror for navigating.
Raven's trying to figure out how do I want to route this Pod. I'm pretty sure this chest that he's about to check, the vanilla big key chest, is just going to be a key.
What did he find on the right side? It was ice rod and a key, right?
Yeah, ice rod and a key. So
yeah,
I'm
this
pretty
is
sure this has to be a key.
Yeah, because he already found 2 non-small keys in those first six chests, and there have to be at least 4 keys. Just a piece of heart from purple chest.
And we are going to get that tablet check.
Unlike our other runners, Wallkicks, when he found the mirror, did not turn around to go turn in the smith.
Good for him. I hate the smith chain, even with the mirror.
Yeah, you find it right on Stumpy. You already got the smith following you.
I know. Just bombs at the tablet there.
And Chisame decides Desert Palace is the play. Nope, never mind. He gives up.
No, he was just checking the item on the ledge there first.
Okay.
Man, that bow is going to troll some of our runners.
Oh,
it is not a fun spot, especially without the hammer. And most of them,
Ravis is picking up extra rupees here in Pod. He's thinking about Zora later.
Most of them will have done the smith chain, so you know the incentive to go back just to do powder is going to be pretty low.
Yeah, a lot of these runners I would expect not to even think about it until they have at least the hammer.
Some arrows are empty down.
And there is going to be an item on Helmless Arcane. Unfortunately, Ravis is not going to be able to do that without the hammer. Pod empty, except for that ice.
Super empty.
It looks like Desert was boost locked. Chisame is leaving pretty quick.
Yeah, there was a key on the torch.
Checkerboard also fairly empty. Where is our hammer?
It could be a lot of different places. It could be in Ice Palace. It could be in Swamp Palace. We have access to that. It could be in Tower of Hera.
Why would you say that, Fear Agent? Ice Palace. Like,
It's because it's
do
happening.
you not like our runners? Are
It's
you
happening.
mad at them?
It's
Who hurt
happening
you?
so often. The game is broken.
The hammer in Ice Palace is one of the worst things that could ever happen to a person. Hopefully that doesn't happen to our runners. But at the same time, God, I hope that happens to our runners.
What's worse though? Honest, I actually think it's worse for it to be in the first chest of swamp, or the I guess the second chest. But I think that might be a worse location.
You're a jinx. Why?
Wallkick's gonna pick up his bow here, so that's good for Wallkicks.
Very good news.
Same with IR Godzilla, so
yeah, our tracker preemptively marking the vote for Godzilla. I was very confused for a second, but okay, I got it. He knew what was happening.
Alright, not sure if there's anything on Armos Knights, but it is a crystal, so.
I think Ravis was a little confused at the start of the fight. It looked like he was going to do bottom right, but then partway through changed his mind and said he wanted to do top right, but didn't make it.
The way he's firing off those arrows, that's have to be a little bit careful, but should be okay. Alright, there was an item, just $50.
Alright, Chisame moving on to flipper checks. Hobo, just with some bombs. The bridge will stand for one more day at least.
Where does Chisame go now?
I'd be thinking about going to get some rupees. Get the rest of those flipper checks out of the way. And then you could do catfish with them. Although at 170 rupees, it's kind of rough to go get to 500. Like Houlihan wouldn't be enough by itself, so you'd have to go to like the 50 rupee cave or something as well.
Yeah, and that just takes so long.
I think he's going to catfish.
Yeah, get a check Graveyard Ledge, get a check Catfish, and you can mirror do the water checks, the waterfall checks there as well.
Yeah, from the way he's walking, I gotta think that he's just abandoning Zora. He's just gonna hope to find rupees on the way, and if not, he doesn't find them. Iraga Zero accidentally dropping the purple chest right before the guy. Ravens has the same idea. He's headed straight to the Zora checks, but also does not have enough rupees for the big fish.
Ooh, now he does. Bailed out.
Rupee find for Ravens. Unfortunately, that's not going to be enough rupees for Chisame.
No. I mean, come on, it's Zora. Zora's not going to have anything. There's our fourth sword. Ravis is going to grab that. I don't know if the other runners will make the trek for it. I wouldn't.
I think it's close enough that it's probably worth. There's not too many places where the butter sword makes a big difference in the tempered sword. But if you're at Zora anyway.
Oh no.
Zora.
Oh no.
With the hook shot.
Oh no.
Alright, Catfish, give us some rupees, man. We need rupees.
Oh no.
Rupees. I think we might see some Zora farming here. Chisame is going to be so close to 500 rupees. 10 away. Yep, let's
find
check
out what that stun prize.
Yep.
Oh, rip.
Not rupees.
You always like hearts are always a nice stun prize because it can help you out later. But at this point, you're like, give me that 20. You can give me the 5. Come on, Chisame, farm it. Farm
No
it, Chisame.
farming. He's gonna Orphan Zora. That's really not good, you guys.
Oh no.
So with that hookshot, Ravis says, Dark Death Mountain. Let's do it. Lots and lots of checks here.
Dark Death Mountain and Light Death Mountain. This is where our hammer's probably hanging out. Man, if I'm 10 rupees away, I'm killing some Zoras. I'll tell you that much.
You know, I've been in that situation way too many times. I just make sure I have the 500. I would have gone to the 50 rupee cave and been super punished by the 300 in Waterfall Fairy.
There's our Fire Rod. Nice start to Paradox Cave.
Chisame, without able to check, Zora has decided, let's go get the pyramid. This is our first look at this item.
Yeah, and looking at the three of our other runners, IR Godzilla, Chisame, and Wallkicks, none of them are going to have Zora money. And Chisame has already failed that.
Well, Chisame could have Zora money if he picked up that 20.
Oh,
not going to do him much good now that he's so far from Zora, though. Yeah, unfortunately, Chisame's gamble's just not paying off. Skip an Ice Rod Cave, ends up orphaning Zora, not getting the bow or the hookshot. And Palace of Darkness is completely bow locked. He's going to have to Sickness Break if he wants to get in here.
There's our hammer.
Anything for him. Hammer and Super Bunny?
Hammer and Super Bunny.
Oh my god.
So what are we looking for now? We need Kina Samaria.
Ether Medallion.
Ether Medallion and whatever we need for Turtle Rock.
And the boots do lock Desert, but it is only a pendant.
Yeah.
Looks like IR Godzilla also short on those rupees, but he's trying to farm for them. He's got a number to go, though. Only at 439.
Lucky 20. Oh, he's getting all those 20s. Don't leave. And we do have access to Turtle Rock with that Boundless Medallion. So we're down to Quake and Kina Samaria.
Or Ether.
Ah, excuse me.
Ravis does have Quake, though it's not marked on the tracker. Although Quake does nothing anywhere for anyone. Worst medallion, NA.
Our Godzilla is going to be so happy when he farms this, as long as he doesn't give up.
I think at this point, like, you're so invested in the farming, you can't give up anymore. Because either you give up and you pretty much wasted way too much time.
Yeah.
Or you check Zora after farming it forever and you get nothing and you wasted all your time. Like, he needs this to be progression.
Only 11.
You can do it, Godzilla. I believe.
We're down to 10. We're gonna go single digits here. 9. Ooh, the 5er, but he was able to pick that up. Good.
I've never been so happy to see a 5 rupee drop.
So close.
Yeah, when a drop spawns over the water like that, he has to swim into it before it lands in the water if he wants to get it. There we go. He's got it.
Oh, that feels so good.
And now he thinks, oh my god, just give me my piece of heart, Zora. I know I already lost this race. But wait!
Oh, that feels so good.
Worth.
Revis is in a really good position. Gonna finish off Pod here. Pick up his second crystal. I don't believe he's been to Thieves Town yet. Or he hasn't
No,
cleared
he
it, at
hasn't.
least.
He wasn't. I don't think he was willing to do it without the hammer.
He
But
also
with
picked
hammer
up
in
that.
hand now, I imagine I'll go there pretty quick.
Yeah, and he picked up that fire rod as well, so he could combo off Skullwoods and Thieves Town.
For sure.
You've got Swamp completely open.
Godzilla, after getting the hookshot, decides he's gonna do Eastern first.
Or Pod. Yeah, I'd take that hookshot right up to the mountains.
It makes a little sense for him to do Eastern first. Unfortunately, he can't combo it with Pod. But you know, it's a crystal dungeon. It might have like another item that would make going up the mountain more valuable.
Yeah, but it's like one. I mean, you've already been here. You can clear it. It's not the worst play, but there's so much open.
Rave is getting us our very first Helmosaur fight, putting that hammer to use. And there is an item on this boss. Could it be?
Is it gonna be something good?
Probably not. Maybe? Nope.
So Chisame is in a pretty precarious situation here. He still needs to go to Ice Rod Cave to get his powder, and then turn that in to get his bow. And he's got to go back to Zora, though he does have Zora money.
Yeah, unfortunately for Chisame, like, both of those locations are just so orphaned for him. They're going to be some of the last things he checks. Thankfully, like, Hookshot and Hammer Hookshot and Bow lock so much of the game for him that he will eventually be forced to go there.
Yeah, the problem is, though, you get so far behind by last locationing those items.
Yeah, worst case scenario for him is, like, if he finds Ether here in Tower of Hera, he might dip into Admire or something without the cane.
I don't believe. I think our tracker said that there's a map in the big chest of Thieves Town, but wasn't completely sure. So we'll see here with Ravis, since he does have that hammer. And we should shout out our trackers while we've got him in it as well.
Yeah, our trackers today are Oro and Professor Renderer, doing a fantastic job for us here on Speed Gaming.
So there's the key. Still one more item. Yeah, everything. We didn't find anything good in Pod except for that ice rod. I mean, that is super valuable, but not really helpful at this time.
Yeah, with the way the items are laid out, I would definitely expect everybody to get the ice rod before making their way into Turtle Rock. Quick Moldorm fight there from Chisame. Tempered Sword, pretty good. He gets some rupees. Salt in the wound. That's actually good news there for Chisame. We want him to not find progression, so he's forced to go get those zones that he skipped.
Does he go into somewhere like Ice Palace before going back to Zora?
I might. I don't know what he would do, though.
I thought he got both items already.
We should be able to see whenever he menus to fire source. Which he's gonna wait as long as possible to do.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it. Go on, Chisame! Switch to the lamp.
Now I'm not even gonna look at his menu items. I'm just gonna wait for him to open it. I'm gonna look away when he menus. So there's the map upstairs. I think there might be an item in the Thieves' Town. Nope, there is an item down here. Jeez, 2 300s in Hera there.
Gosh, Chisame, why didn't you go to Hera first?
That's your sign. Go do Hera. Or go do Zora, please. Please do Zora. Alright, so he's gonna pick up his powder, so that's good.
Unfortunately, rupees aren't a part of the logic in Rando. I really wish they would do that. I've put at least 1 300 in logic for Zora or something. But I guess it makes knowing where to go get rupees very valuable.
Yeah.
Rave is going to check that big chest there in Thieves' Town. Our only runner able to do so. Just 20 rupees.
Alright, it's just making the play, or is he going to Ice Palace? He is going to go to Ice Palace.
Not even turning in the powder. Although that makes sense for him. Like, turning in the powder right now is pretty inefficient.
It takes so long to do it. Hopefully he gets a hint here or something. Big fish as a unique item or something. Grumpy fish. No, that hint's not going to direct him anywhere.
Wall Kick's also making the play into Ice Palace. This is more surprising to me because he has the rupees. He could go do Zora.
Yeah, but I think he already did the water checks. He
Did he?
just skipped Zora.
Just a map in the first chest, unfortunately. Gotta go deeper. Rivish takes out Thieves' Town. Looks like he's headed up to Skullwoods now. I believe there is one item left behind the pyro.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Nice purple chest.
Yeah.
Thanks, game. Really appreciate it because I was totally gonna orphan purple chest and go to Ice Palace without the hammer.
So Ray was heading straight to the back.
Gonzera taking a very quick break. He's already back.
Super quick. Ray was gonna, by chance, give us a look at the pedestal here, you think?
I think you kind of have to. I mean, both of the items that you're missing for Go Mode can be on pedestal. And if you're ever gonna check pedestal, right after Mothula, while you have Mirror and Book, is definitely the time.
Yeah. Alright, what do we got in Ice Palace? 10 arrows.
Mothula, if you could, like, be anywhere else in the room, thanks.
Yeah, Moth really liked the top there. And there's Kano Samaria.
That is a big pickup there for Ravis. Unfortunately, no Ether Medallion for Meyer, but that gives us full access to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, between the two items, I'd really like to find the Ether Medallion before I find Kano Samaria, but there, you know, we do have Turtle Rock.
Really, I was thinking the other way. Like, I'm more than happy to go full clear Turtle Rock, but I don't want the risk of having to go into Meyer looking for the cane.
And Ravis saying this Ether Medallion is not on the pedestal. We're out of here.
Yeah, obviously, Swamp is the play. Swamp is definitely a very dense item location, but I feel like most runners would have opted to just do Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I mean, go moding Swamp is so nice.
Yeah, I guess the risk here is possibly full clearing Swamp versus possibly climbing the mountain an extra time. Chisame, unfortunately, not finding anything there in Hammerless Ice Palace.
Yeah, when I mirrored, if I was Ravis and I mirrored right in front of the pedestal, I definitely would have checked it. So that was a little surprising. Chisame gonna pick up his hook shot finally, though. Pretty much last location in it.
Wall kicks right behind, also heading to the Zora area.
Just to make it be a little flustered, probably, you know, being only 10 rupees short when he was originally here.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that he didn't farm for rupees a little bit. He checked the stun prize and then just said, "Oh, never mind." The thanks, Zora.
Yeah.
It's funny to think, like if you imagine Zora as like a living, breathing creature, right? How much of a jerk is he is not really dependent on what he gives you, but on when you checked him.
Yeah.
So, like, for Zora is like the best bro you've ever had. Let's go out. I love you. But for Chisame, Zora is just like this trolly monster.
All right, so wall kicks and Chisame gonna get their trove of items up here on Death Mountain.
Yeah, unfortunately, they both have some catching up to do.
The real question is, where is that Ether Medallion?
It's probably hammerlocked at ice.
Oh, jeez. Now who's being mean?
Right. I would expect most of our runners, though, to finish Swamp and Turtle Rock before.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if I was putting money on this, I'd put my money on that Ether Medallion being in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the most likely. Godzilla hammer yumping his way to the big chest and pod. Not really necessary for him to do this since he did the mirror. But, you know, swag is swag is swag.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta swag, sometimes you gotta swag.
Contrary to popular belief, there are key layouts where doing the hammer yump in Palace of Darkness is still a time save, even outside of Key Sanity. But I don't think this is one of those things.
Nah, not when you have the mirror. And you're still looking for items. So far, the swamp has been pretty empty. There is going to be something in on the left side.
And Ravis making his way to Argus. Assuming he doesn't find Ether here, he'll have a choice to make on whether or not to go back in. And with Turtle Rock in his back pocket, I think maybe he might leave, even if there are items.
So there's 2 items. Yeah, there's 2 items on the left and the big chest. So there's 3 items still.
Ravis freezing Argus in his place, putting that ice rod to use.
I like that. Pulls out the hook shot.
Way to do the fight.
The ice rod is not the easiest to do because of the delayed reaction it has compared to like the fire rod, but that was nice.
Yeah, switching back to hook shot makes me think he's going back inside for sure.
Yeah.
There he goes.
Chisame is going to do a lot of stuff before finding that bow, by the way.
Yeah, Magic Bed is a super orphan for Chisame. And just to be clear, guys, it's not like Chisame is wrong, right? It's not like he's just going to all the wrong places and doing all the wrong things. You got to think about it from his point of view, and from his point of view, going to turn in Magic Bat right now is so inefficient. Why would I ever go do that?
Yeah, especially when since he picked up his hammer and he's got the fire rod, opens up a whole bunch of stuff. So.
Chisame is opening up Turtle Rock for us. He'll probably check the hint tile since he's doing this, but unfortunately no Canis Maria yet. Just the way Rando goes sometimes. You gotta make gambles to be competitive, and some gambles pay off and some don't.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when we talk to Chisame, if he joins us afterwards, I'm sure he'll say, like he stands by like a lot of his decisions. They just didn't work this seed.
A unique item requires the hammer.
We also know that there's a unique item in Misery Mire.
That's
but
true.
That's
definitely
like
not
maybe boots.
Yeah, it's probably boots. Definitely not Ether, at least.
Yeah. And we are in go mode. So
Ravis,
where is Ravis? What's he checking now? Silvers, hopefully?
Yeah, Silver's Orb Boots would be kind of nice to pick up. I doubt he's going to go very far out of his way from here on out, though.
Yeah. Check doesn't show it, but he did clear Skullwoods. So he's got Misery Mire and Turtle Rock. And we know where the big key in Misery Mire is. At least I think he does.
Yeah, I forget exactly which hint tile that was. I want to say it was a really early one, though. He probably checked it. Unfortunately, no bird toss today. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, Ravis just making all those plays. The left side swamp thing, with there being 3 items, it would be really like loose to skip 3 items. If it was like 1 item over there, I could maybe understand it. Maybe even 2, but having 3 items still left in swamp makes that.
I definitely would have checked it, yeah.
Yeah. Makes
Although
it hard
I also definitely would have gone to Turtle Rock first as well.
Yeah.
I guess that's why Ravis beats me all the time.
Yeah.
He's just better, you guys. I'm sorry.
Ravis is really good. All right, so Chisme picking up his Cane of Samara here.
Maybe Ravis didn't check that hintile.
Yeah. Maybe he's just looking for, I don't know what he's looking for. Maybe boots or silvers or something. Or he just didn't check that hintile. Because he checked the other side of swamp after getting ether.
Silvers would certainly be nice, but a player of Ravis's caliber, you don't really expect them to go that far out of their way to find them.
I want to say you and
So
I
think he's
count
looking for the big
a
key.
race with Ravis where he god routed pretty much and skipped a bunch of stuff. So he's kind of in the same situation. So it's surprising to see him check, unless again he didn't get that Misery Mire hint.
Well, we'll be able to tell if he skipped a hint or not by how he routes this, because the big key is in the cutscene chest.
Mushroom.
Where are those boots?
I think the
going down
boots are Stalfos room in GT. That's my guess.
Unique item behind the hammer.
That's right.
Oh, you missed the chest. Good 0. There you go.
Chisme making the play for Swamp now.
It's definitely something that he needs to do, but you know,
Yeah,
how long
so-
is it going to be before he goes to get that bow?
Unique item is on a boss. Thanks.
Who
Again,
designed
what
this,
is
Miles?
what is Ravis looking for?
I think he's looking for the big key. I don't know. Maybe he's not aware he's in Go Road.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like, maybe, I mean, it's possibly like mismarked the tracker and thinks that boots are required for desert or something. But yeah,
He
guys,
must-
like, while most players, you know, who are like fairly new to the game would really be looking for silvers, because silverless Ganon is such a pain for when you're starting out. Ravis is a very accomplished runner. I would not expect him to go anywhere out of his way looking for silvers.
Yeah, especially with Buttersword.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
as
it's
long
a
as
good point in chat about the possibility of GT Big Key being on the torch. So that would explain like why he would check the hint tile, like maybe get the boots hint.
yeah, I mean that's my only guess is he's looking for boots.
Yeah, I think that's got to be it. He definitely did not check the hint telling him where the big key was in Mire, and also wanted to check the hint tile. So that would explain all of his actions for me.
Just misses the 0 cycle there for Vitreous, but nice 1 cycle with the Buttersword. So he's going for chests that he comes across. Like he skipped the rest of Mire.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the bridge chest. Like the bridge chest is super slow. So if you knew where the big key was,
Yeah.
like you wouldn't go get that.
So
And then
all the
once he
chests
has
that
the big key, he just finishes it up.
Yeah, all the chests that he checked made sense. Like he didn't go out of his way really to check any of those.
Godzilla giving us a pedestal check. Finally. It's a heart container!
Worth.
Alright, so from here I expect Godzilla to go finish up all his pendants so he can have one more heart.
Yeah. Nice hook shotting there from Ravis, not getting trapped by that that dead rock.
Dead rocks, of course, are the worst enemy in the game, except for Red Stalfos.
You think red Stalfos are worse?
So much worse!
I think probably because there's less of them, I don't consider them worse.
Well, I think of Dead Rocks is like, you know, they're all up in your face. You know, they come up to you and they say, hey, I'm gonna troll you, and then they troll you. But Red Stalfos, they let you believe, right? They let you believe that you're gonna have a nice day, and then they take it away from you. It's just rude, okay?
Yeah, it definitely is.
Ire Godzilla, check in Pyramid Fairy. Does he can get into Swamp and Turtle Rock right now, but you know, this is another 2 items, and if it could save him from full clearing Swamp, it could be worth. Unfortunately,
yeah,
Ether was left side Swamp.
So Chisme going back and to pick up his Ether Medallion probably heads to Meyer and then probably Turtle Rock before him getting that bow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he'll definitely be full clearing everything he can on his way through these dungeons. I think he probably won't go back to ice before Magic Bat.
No, I don't imagine so.
I mean, there's always a possibility that he just forgot that he hasn't done Magic Bat yet. But we hope that doesn't happen. Raven's using his hearts as a resource to get through this room a little quicker.
This is when you're in go mode, this is like the perfect opening for Turtle Rock. You've got 2 keys and the big key. Just hoping for another key in this in the chain chomp room.
Nice.
This is like the nicest TR to go mode.
This is the perfect TR.
It's just a man making his way to Meyer now. Godzilla gonna go do Swamp, and Walkick's gonna pick up his Ether Medallion, so that's good.
It would be pretty crazy for him to check the big chest and not continue to left side, but I've seen runners do stuff like that before.
Yeah.
Toss the bird, Chisame. Toss it.
2 items though, it'd be tough.
Why do you hate fun?
It's official. Chisame hates fun. And what's super nice about the position Ravis is in is, you know, there's not even a risk about skipping that the big chest. You've got the 2 keys. You're good to go.
Yeah, the only risk that he'd really have to worry about is like if the boots were there.
Right.
And then the Ganon Tower Big Key is also
Right.
on the torch, but the odds of that are so incredibly low.
Yeah. See, I probably would have
Yeah, I
checked the
can't believe
crystal
they didn't open
roller.
that chest. Yeah, you should have opened that chest. With it's just so near.
Ravis is just full of surprises, I find.
Although, you know, with all the hint tiles we found, like the possibility of the boots being in that one particular chest is super low. Like at this point, it's most likely on left side GT or in Ice Palace.
Yeah, 100%.
I guess it could be Spike Cave. Let's not talk about that. Ravis down to 5 hearts, but I think he's gonna get it done, no problem.
Yeah, 3 slashes per head.
You wouldn't know it, but Trinex is actually weak to butter, like most things in the game.
Sure. All right, so Ravis is gonna finish up Trinex here and gonna make his way towards Ganon's Tower. And he's gonna have to find that Ganon's Tower Big Key. So the real question is, what chest is it gonna be in? Koi, what's your guess?
7.
I'm gonna go with 9. It's just my favorite number to choose for the GT Big Key. The GT Big Key game. Everyone, go ahead and get your chat guesses in chat. 1 through 22.
As long as it's like less than 12.
Yeah.
If you're guessing over 12, you guys, you have a problem with Ravis, and I suggest you go talk to him and work it out.
Now the real question is,
like
does he do Dark Magician strats, or does he do a little bit more of the traditional strats of Hope Room, get the key go right, no key go left? Is he going to? How early is he going to check the lamp there?
I think with the hammer locked hint, he's definitely going to do the Hope route. Because, like, even if the boots aren't required, right, like he's not on the torch, you still want the boots. Like, even in Ganon's Tower, they can save you some time. So it just makes sense to go towards the hammerlock chest first. And he's going to make me a fool. And head towards the left side first. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about, you guys.
Alright, boots not required.
Confirmed go mode.
Here's when commentating Ravis, here's what you do is you think about what you would do or what someone else would do, and then guess on what he's going to do, because he's always going to surprise you.
Well, he might do like a random room rush or like full left or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with the full left here.
I think he's just going to do Dark Magician, though. Well, he's killing the Stalfos, but they were kind of in his way.
He's going left, my friend.
Going left.
Yeah, I think he did this last time we watched him as well. And I think it was in random room.
So interestingly enough, Iorga Zero opted to do left side first when he got to Swamp Palace, and gets his Gomo just a little bit faster.
Nice. So IR Godzilla gets to go mode Meyer TR and finish off Swamp here. See, I lost track. That was that 7 there?
1, 5, 6, 7. Yes.
Number 8's a heart container. Number 9, just 10 arrows. Number 10 and 11, a bunch of garbage.
It's an ass fellas.
Yeah.
Feels bad. I'm just happy he didn't go full left. Full left is like the worst route.
Yeah. Just do tile room, Ravis. Everyone wants it. You know it's here.
He would never. Skibdos are going to make his life difficult.
Yes, they are. But with red mail, they're more of an annoyance than anything. 12, 13, 14 gives us silvers.
Hey, not bad. Still don't have a big key. Looks like we gotta go Ice Armos. Yeah, it's unfortunate that the route Ravis chose here for GT is like one of the slowest ones to get to Ice Armos. But like the thing with GT routing is that you have no idea where this big key is. Nobody does. No route is really that much better than another one, except when compared to each other.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So like the reason that I say full left is the worst route is not because full left checks the wrong chest or anything. It's just that because the other routes that are also really, really popular all check the hope room so quickly. Full left makes full left like this huge gamble, like this huge unnecessary gamble. But if nobody did the hope route early, then the full left is absolutely fine.
I remember when I first started racing, didn't have boots for this section. I had the hardest time figuring out how to do this. Bomb jump is actually, yeah, bomb jump's actually pretty forgiving.
Yeah, you just kind of place the bomb and hold up and to the left a little bit.
Yeah. All right, number 18. Nope.
Don't mirror. Oh my god. You ever done that?
Oh yeah.
I've definitely done it too.
Ravis's Robin Hood skills have been a little suspect today, but down goes Ice Armor. All right, 19, 20, 21.
At least it wasn't tile room.
First person to guess number 21. I'm going to totally mispronounce this. Zuzid. 21. Congratulations.
GG.
All right, red mail in hand, silver arrows, butter sword. This gauntlet better watch out.
Doesn't stand a chance. The gauntlet, not Ravis.
Right.
If that wasn't clear. Of course, bootsless gauntlet can be pretty tiresome.
Oh yeah. All right, Ravis enters the gauntlet. 124.30. Here we go. Out of magic.
So you can see Ravis agrees with me about the red Stalfos. He was willing to spend all of his magic just to get rid of them as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Fills up the magic and gets rewarded with a full decanter.
Really, game? Really?
That's pretty funny. Nice, able to salvage the zero
Wow.
cycle there.
Yeah, bootsless silver Lambo, not super easy. Without that bonk to really line up your shot, it can be pretty challenging, but Ravis makes it no problem.
Chisme still on the lookout for that bow. Chisme recorded with it, rewarded with a cape there. Oh, not the unique item he is looking for.
Hopefully that doesn't draw him to do anything else. He might do like Spike Cape before leaving the mountain, but I guess he would have done that anyway with Burnout. Kind of risky there, Ravis dropping both his bombs before picking one up to throw it. Like, you can miss that bomb throw, you guys.
Yeah, I do it more often than not. Hello, Moldorm 2. Goodbye, Moldorm 2.
Wow, I didn't know that Moldorm is also weak to butter.
I think this is the room I hate the most without boots. That room is terrible.
Ether is your friend. That's what they always tell me when I do like NMG. If you miss that dash for some reason, like just immediately switch to Ether. Don't try and salvage it.
Nice double there from Ravis. Really good Aga too.
Yeah, very clean. I'm gonna get Trisultamius. That's not a word. 3 boss kills simultaneously here with our other 3 runners, all picking up crystals.
That is right.
There's probably a word for that.
All right, this Ganon fight is going to go fast. 6 slashes for the first phase. 6 slashes for the second phase. Already on to phase 2. On to phase 3.
Oh,
bullied a bit by
fire
those
bats, really?
Those fire bats. That was a lot of damage.
Yeah, Ravis missing that first slash on phase 3. It gives our other runners an opportunity to catch up. Not really.
Yeah, Chisme is going to do Spike Cave here. Be interested to see where he goes after that. Find arrows in the tower. We did have one. Is going for the torch glitch. Misses a slash. Misses another slash. Down to 2 hearts. Arrow number 2. Can we get a double here? We can't.
He's got it.
GG's to Ravis. Go and get your GG's in chat, everyone. Quite a run by Ravis. Bootless, and yet still fast.
You know, it's weird. The bootsless seeds are much less tedious when I'm not the one playing.
100%. All right, so Ravis finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 15 seconds. That's good enough for first place on the restream and first place overall.
First on the restream, first overall, and first in our hearts. GG.
See if we can get a word from Ravis. I'm sure he'll join us and want to talk about that one. That hook shot, getting that hook shot early for Ravis, you know, getting bailed out with that 300 in the waterfall cave really allowed him to take a nice lead in this race. Just somebody doing hammer pegs. Hopefully he remembers he's got that powder and picks up his bow. Be in go mode then.
Yeah, this is the time to do it.
And we've got a good race between Wall Kicks and Iron Godzilla right here. Just a room apart. And we are joined by the man of the hour, Ravis. How you doing, buddy? GG's.
Yeah, GG's. Thanks, guys. Can you guys, Koi and Fear, commentate even more? Because every time you commentate, it's a good race for me. Like the last 2 days were awful.
I mean, from my point of view, like, you always win when I see you. So, like, why don't you try giving somebody else a chance, man?
Well, it's up to you, not commentating or watching at least. You decide the race.
So, where do you think was your separation? What got you the win in this race? Where do you think you separated yourself from everyone else?
That is actually a tough decision to do because, I mean, the bow location was interesting, definitely. The hookshot location was interesting. The ether location was interesting. There was nothing I don't know. I guess it was the bow, but I'm not certain.
I think like the bow and hookshot locations are what make a top 10 finish in this race. If you get those locations earlier, you're gonna get top 10 most likely. But the ether location, that's what made you top 1.
Yeah, after Skull Woods, I had to do a really, really, really tough decision between Turtle Rock and Swamp. Nobody wants to full clear Swamp. Nobody wants to go up the mountain twice for nothing.
Yeah, I think we both said that. I think we both said we would go to Turtle Rock instead of Swamp.
Yeah, and I mean, usually when you go like to Skull Woods and you get your cane and stuff, you have all the way to Morphula and, you know, to that point, time to think about what you want to do, how you feel about that. But suddenly Morphula drops that Somaria and you have to do that decision in like 10 seconds until the animation is over. And yeah, that was definitely lucky. I was like, okay, 3 items left in Swamp. This is a tough gamble, but no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna leave those 3 items. And yeah, I mean, last time you guys commentated, by the way, same flute location. Again, the left chest and left side Swamp.
Yeah,
There's some magic happening.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Like you get that cane from Mothula, and you're like, okay, I can full clear Mire. I can full clear Turtle Rock. I'm going to Swamp. And
no, I couldn't. I couldn't do Mire because it was ether locked.
All right, no ether, right? Well, you can full
because
clear
I would have
Rock.
gone into Mire definitely because that unique item. I mean, it wasn't a boots hint like we had both things. Also,
Right.
I saw.
Boots.
Pardon?
I was so sure that was going to end up being the boots.
Well, the boots hint itself would just say there's a unique item fire locked in Misery Mire, but we had fire locked in something else, so that's not guaranteed. But
I know that's not worth, right?
Yeah,
No,
it works.
No, wait. I'm
that
thinking of
way.
something else. No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was thinking about unique item from the get-go, and I forgot what was the second item. And I was like, is it the big key? I'm sure I read key. Was it? Well, I might look dumb if I'm now going to the vanilla big key chest and it's like a map or something. And I was like, okay, let's just go. I think it was a key, and if it is a small key, well, like, then I can say I simply forgot it, and yeah, turned out to be the big key.
There were checks you were making that we were wondering why you were making them. For example, you got ether on the left side of swamp, and then you went and did the right side. Were you looking for the boots at that point?
Just to be sure, if there is the boots, like, and
Yeah.
I saw the hint in Turtle Rock, and I was like, oof, okay, the boots weren't right side, in left side swamp, which sounds funny by the way, but it was probably hammerlocked.
It's
I don't know if it
probably Ice
is.
Palace at this point. That's our
So
guess.
you guys saw Mimic Cave, because I was like, dang, if it is Mimic Cave, that is an absolutely disgusting TR, giving you all the 3 keys early and leaving the boots there.
Yeah, that.
Mimic
But
not hammerlock. I know
And
what
for
you're
me,
thinking.
it made
Of course,
so
it's hammerlock.
the only hammer locations I had left was like Mimic Cave, Hammer Packs, and Ice. Everything else is not hammer locked.
yeah, I think we saw everything else. I'm pretty sure it was. We're pretty sure it was Ice
Spy Cave,
Palace.
Spy Cave. Sorry, Spy Cave is something else.
Yeah, we saw a Spike Cave for sure, and
Okay.
Hammer Pegs. So I think for us, it does have to be Ice Palace. Mimic Cave, although it's obviously hammerlocked and is hammerlocked in every game mode that you can find Mimic Cave in, it's not hammerlocked for the hint tiles for some reason.
Interesting. I mean, it's the same way with Ice Palace, right? There, only the first chest is not bomb blocked. The rest in Ice Palace is bomb blocked, since you have to bomb the ground to fall down to the Stelphos. And it's not included in the hints.
Yeah, exactly. I think like the reasoning for Mimic Cave is that Mimic Cave has its own special hint, so they don't include it as being hammerlocked.
Also, Koi, I wanted to go whole broom first, but because the hammer locked hint, I was like, okay, I'm going my usual route, even if I don't get the big key. I'm getting my boots. And I was like, oh my god!
I have nothing against the rando rush. It is specifically full left that I have a problem with.
Yes, I understand. But again, like, any other thing than full left and full right is like last locating the bag of ice armors, and if you want to gamble on that, you have to choose one of those.
Yeah, unfortunately, no matter what direction you choose to go in Ganon's Tower, there's going to be like a nice little treasure trove of items at the end that you
Yeah,
get for
definitely.
last.
And if you don't have boots, like, you could get them there, so it doesn't make sense to go ice armors first. And it got me the silvers, by the way.
Yeah.
For sure. No, I totally agree with your random room play, especially with the hammer locked in. Because like even though the big key wasn't on the torch, you want the boots.
Yeah, definitely.
They would be nice to have.
If I find
Yeah.
the big key, great. If I don't, I get my boots, and at least the upwards to GT will be a little bit faster. So that was a fair play for me. So
Nice menu time there. 246
Yep.
and 141 collection rate.
Pretty
GG's,
low.
Ravis. That was a really good run.
Yeah, considering the item layout, I was quite good. Like the last two seeds, or the last two like dailies and weekly, were so linear and so easy and stuff. And I was like, dang, I should have just played like a 1v1 match. And yeah, this one was pretty good. I mean, having both glove upgrades in the castle, interesting. Definitely
Yeah.
interesting.
So we have had one more finisher finally. 7 minutes after you. Our second place finisher is Salty Fry with a time of 137.46. So, I mean, that just shows you how well you routed this seed.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. I mean, again, a close sub 130, but considering no boots and all,
The
all
21 and
locations,
22.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, how would I not be happy with the first place at all, right?
Right.
But when you're so close to sub 130, you want to have it, and yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you take your win and you be happy, all right?
Yeah. Also, Koi, last time you asked me how come I dipped into pennant dungeons. What are those?
Yeah.
Did I ask you that?
Yeah,
Okay,
you were like
I trust you.
most of the people would not dip pennant dungeons, and last time it worked, and this time it worked the other way around, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, in this scene they didn't really make themselves available.
Yeah.
Like every time you could have gone to a pendant dungeon, there was a crystal you could have done instead. You just keep finding progression.
Yeah, I really think that hook shot really broke you out because when everyone went to Zora, you definitely got there first, but you got that 300 that in the waterfall that put you over the top to actually purchase the item. Our other three runners didn't have 500 rupees when they got to Zora, so both Wall Kicks and Chisame orphaned it pretty hard.
I was absolutely lucky. I was thinking about doing hula hand before. Like I did a couple of dumb mistakes. Like went back in the pod and going to the back just like a big brain fart for me. Like what do I want to do in the back? I just got to go to the boss, something like that. And I was seeing the 300s and nice 300. Oh wait, now I have enough rupees for Zora. And turns out that I was extremely lucky. I also was just scared on Hammer being on Magic Bat, and well, the bow was pretty cool. I hoped for the Hammer on Amos, but the way the seed went, it was okay.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of people either found the bow and went to pod, or sequence broke it.
Also, I hope for the big chest and Thieves Down very, very hard because you had to go to Zora to get your hammer, and you
I
had
think we were the only person to check that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume so because I left Thieves Down from the get-go because I was like, okay, I want to have the chance to get boots or something useful even for Thieves Down still. I mean, there was not much which could have helped me. I got Hookshot, I got enough hearts, I was like on Doom Mail or something, but I just gave it a chance. And with the flute and mitts, it's very easy to come back. And also when you have the Smith and want to check that, you're always going back, then do Thieves Down, and then you can even do Purple Chest. If you do Thieves Down early, you know, kind of orphan Purple Chest, and that broke me yesterday, I think.
Yeah, it's funny how unfortunate item locations and other seeds can influence our decision making in future seeds.
Yeah. I feel like we have a lot of Go Mode medallions recently. At least that's what I feel like.
Seeds it just feels like seeds have been mean recently. I still feel the seed was pretty mean. I mean, you were able to overcome that, but
oh, definitely. Also, where are the others?
Gazira is in GT, and he just skipped Rando Room. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. I think it might have been a mistake, like, NMG routing, taking over for a second.
Well, this is like, Galaxy Brain in this case.
and it looks like he's not familiar with the bomb jump there, so I'm in a little bit of trouble.
It's not too hard, actually. I mean, I do not have a setup. I just, go into the dark and place a bomb and hope for the best.
Wall Kicks is on land mode 2, and Chisame is on ice Hermos.
It looks like Chisame is a little concerned about his arrow count. Leaves the fight with only 5 arrows left. He'll be able to get the first 2 mimics, but he'll need those arrows in the next pot to not despawn on him.
I have a weird question. As I see, I got 0 going that way. Is the Ice Armors and Bob's chest fire rod locked technically? Because you can't see if you don't have the fire rod. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't believe that's part of the logic. I'm not sure.
But that should be right, technically.
They are not fire rod blocked.
Yeah, I mean, I'm certain they aren't, but I feel
Let me
like
take a look.
They should be.
yeah.
Yeah, hint tile is definitely like an interesting addition to the game. Lots of different thoughts on how they should or could be changed. But I think most everyone agrees that some change is needed.
Well, to be fair, I think hint tiles in general are a great thing to V30 as a version, because it was like a balance patch. Remember though, watch those big games. It doesn't matter if it's Counter-Strike, League of Legends, Dota 2, whatever you want to watch. There are always balance patches, and these hint tiles balance pretty hard. Like Ice Palace is way more worth for now. Even like checking the Swamp Hint on the way to Hypecap is a thing. So you definitely have more option, but I think it's cool if they at least
it.
remain, and you might get some more additional hints and maybe change them up a bit. But I think the system how it's intended is not too bad.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you there. I think, at least what I hope with the new race council is that they turn off hints that are automatic and have the hints as an optional feature.
Yeah, that's also what I want. I mean, you want to have like options to do, obviously.
I like the hints. I think they were a fantastic addition to the game. Made the game more interesting for me. They're a little too trolly, just a little too trolly.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if they de-troll them a bit, but at that point, I don't know. I'm in favor of them being off.
Like I'd be okay with like less useful hints as long as we stop saying there's a unique item behind a bomb.
Sure.
Well, I mean, obviously the hints are like this for a reason, right? They do not want to give you obvious ways. Like in OT, the hints are very much more interesting in general, but the way the hints work in OT is, is better in general. Like you get songs and stuff. So if it says like there's, I don't know, water temples on the way of the hero, you don't know what you actually get in there, and you could get trolled still. But if it says like Palace of Darkness is on your way of the hero, well, if it's a pendant or a red crystal, it could be like a little bit trolly, but otherwise you pretty much know there's an item in it, right? And I think the hints in here are okay for a start, but this is the first version with the hints.
Yeah,
Give it a
that's
chance.
true.
I think VTOP is doing a great job in Rando.
Oh, for sure. I'm super excited for version 31.
Oh,
we should focus a little bit on the race, though. Wall Kicks is on Ganon and already on to phase 4.
Unfortunately, did not find the arrows in the tower that Ganon's talking about. So we will see a silverless fight here from Wall Kicks.
Yeah, actually, all 3 of our runners skipped right side.
Which sword did they not find?
A lot of them, the other 2, Wall Kicks and Chisame, skipped the sword and Zora.
Oh,
okay. They had tempered already at that point.
Okay, yeah, obviously they did do Thieves' Stone before. Makes sense.
Swinging away here.
It is 12 spins to take down this pig.
Chisame's actually made up some time as well. Already on to Aga 2. I'm not going to be able to catch up unless there's like a death or a fall from Wall Kicks, but did make up some time.
Hey, definitely has the edge over Godzilla.
You know what? When you hear you're getting picked for restream, you're like, yay, cool. And then you hear, all right, Wall Kicks and Kisama and are also picked. And I was like, please don't destroy me. And I mean, I got Zera. I don't want to be disrespectful. He's quite cunning. I feel like he's been attending very often lately, and I think he's got a good future in Rando. But
Yeah,
right now,
sure.
Wally and Kisama are big names.
Get your GGs in chat as Wall Kicks finishes with an official SRL time of 1:49:43. Good enough for 12th place as
GG.
Chisame drops into Gannon here. Let me fill you in on some of the other finishes here. After Salty Fry, we had Nilson Alex finish in 3rd place with a 1:41:26. Boyne in 4th place with a 1:42:17. Illis 24 with a 5th place with a 1:43:11. Obscure Lifeform finished in 6th with a 1:45:06. Wolfie Dragon 1990 7th place 1:45:24. AK Drizzit in 8th place with a 1:47:14. Hayfield Bay 9th place with a 1:47:55. Hohenheim in 10th place with a 1:48:08. Edium with 11th place 1:49:16. And that catches you up to Wall Kicks there. We had one more finish after that. Edgeworth 13th place 1:50:09. And we are now joined by Wall Kicks. GG's, my friend.
GG's.
GG's.
So how do you feel about that one? That was a pretty trolly seed, as they have been.
I mean, it's just I find ways whenever I'm on Restream to look like the worst runner and look like I've never played this game before. But hey, we get through it.
I mean, you finished 2nd on the restream.
Oh, that's
You did
impressive.
No,
I thought for sure-
Zora got everybody except for Ravis.
I thought for sure I was gonna come in last, and I mean, there were times I had the opportunity to do Zora or at least make an attempt at Zora, but the lack of money early on was just like, eh. But yeah, that wasn't a great seed.
And we do have Chisame about to cross that bridge here. And he finishes 14th place with 1:51:56 as Ire Godzilla finishes or drops into Ganon as well.
GG's to Chisame.
We'll see if Chisame wants to join us. So Wall Kicks, so what do you think? It was pretty much that hook shot, right? That tripped you up the most?
Yeah, I mean, how did it all go? I mean, I felt okay early on. The Moon Pearl being, basically your last check in Eastern isn't ideal, but early game, not a whole lot to concern myself with. And then as I routed it, I just kept leaving one-offs. One item in Skullwoods, left the item behind in Thieves Town. I dipped Ice Palace looking for the hammer. I kind of thought I expected honestly the hammer to be that hint in Misery Mire, but didn't quite work out.
Yeah.
Did anyone find boots? Because I didn't.
No, we believe boots are probably hammerlocked in Ice Palace. That's our guess.
Gotta be Ice, for sure.
Is it? Okay.
We are joined by Chisame. He's just, I don't know if he's going to talk. He's just going to say GG's.
GG Chisame.
Yeah, Chisame, both, actually, Ire Godzilla, Chisame, and Wall Kicks all didn't have enough money for Zora. Chisame and Wall Kicks left. Godzilla actually farmed. It took him a while, but farmed. And Chisame was only Chisame was only 10 short and didn't attempt to farm at all. So that was tough. Chisame also skipped Ice Rod Cave, which had powder, which ended up causing him to last location that bow. So
yeah, and I think the first time I actually went up to the Zora area, I was at 470 rupees. But my plan of attack was to go into pod next. And I'm like, if I were to farm for the rupees, I'm not going to be able to get into pod. And so I chose pod over Zora.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, not farming makes a lot of sense though, right? Because if you farm for rupees and Zora has nothing, you're basically giving up so much time.
That too.
So to farm for rupees is just gambling everything on this Zora check.
So yeah, it was trolly.
Yeah, for sure. Our Godzilla finishes up in 16th place with an official time of 1:54, 0 seconds. And as Chisame exits, our Godzilla joins us. GG's, my friend.
GG.
Yeah. Hopefully you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Good. Not my
So how do you
voice.
feel about that seed, the pretty trolley seed?
Exactly how you describe it. Deep down, I want to find boots, but yeah, I don't know if anyone else found boots, but yeah, it's
We
That
think
was-
they're in Ice Palace at this point.
yeah. I don't do that. Like I don't think about where items are. I just check stuff. Yeah, that's why I don't get good times or good places.
Well, I mean, you made the play though, right? Like getting the hookshot from Zora.
Yeah,
So
I
it was
mean, unless I'm told there's
gamble.
nothing on the left or like the, I guess, west wing, I usually check. I'm just that person.
I know we're talking a little bit here in the Discord channel, but it was kind of a slap on the face after getting the hook shot, finding like 1,000 rupees on the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just like, thanks, game. Thanks.
So I'm glad I grinded for that 500 when I was there.
Yeah, you definitely persevered and pushed through. There was, we were almost getting singles and counting along as you picked those up. But we knew you'd be happy as soon as you made it, because that hook shot. I mean, the
Yeah.
hook shot, the bow, ether. Even, I mean, considering the hammer, how late the hammer was, it was not nice.
Yeah, I definitely made some mistakes throughout that run. I'm a little bit tired, so I haven't.
But yeah, GG's everybody.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this
GG.
thing up here. Any last thoughts about the seed or your performances or?
How
How
I just
awesome
want to
awesome
say thank
commentators
you to you
are.
guys,
Yeah, exactly.
to everyone doing this, and I hope I will be at another time on the restream when you two are commentating, because that is kind of lucky for me.
Well, sorry to
Yeah.
announce, this is the last time Koi and I are doing comms together. We just disagree too much. So, Ravis, you're out of luck.
No,
I'm actually giving up
Yeah.
Link to the Past altogether. I will be a Fortnite streamer from here on out.
I cannot wait to see how your community reacts, Koi.
hell yeah, holy.
I didn't even realize Ray was in here. He had a wonderful.
Yeah, Ravis is a beast.
Yeah, I was a bit lucky, to be fair.
Like I said, a beast.
If there are not 300 rupees in Waterfall Cave, I'm screwed, because I forgot to do the hula hand room.
No, nobody did. All four of you got to the Zora area with less than 275. So like Houlihan wouldn't have been enough. But you were the only one to have over 200 to make that for that 300 to be enough to get to Zora. So I can only assume it was like extra like 20 rupee drops from enemies or something.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
I saw like I probably should have picked up more rupees. I saw like 20s are dropping. I didn't pick them up.
Yeah, you can't skip those early 20s. Got to pick them up in case Zora has your hook shot.
Yeah,
And all the 300s are on the Death Mountain, hiding behind that hook shot.
What a seed.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us here at Speed Gaming. Big shout outs to our trackers again. We have Professor Renderer and Oro on tracking duties, doing an awesome job keeping us in check. It's so hard to watch all four runners, especially when you're all over the place doing all different things, picking up hook shots and bows and places that bows and hook shots shouldn't be. So again, thanks to our trackers, thanks to viewers for watching and having a good time. Big shout outs to all our runners, Ravis, Aragodzilla, Wallkicks, and Chisame for putting on a great show for us. It was a lot of fun to watch. Trolley for you guys, fun for us.
That's the way it should be.
Yes.
Koi, always a pleasure doing comms with you, my friend.
And much thanks to you, Fear Agent, for stepping in. I was gonna solo comm this for a while, but Fear Agent came in and saved me.
I saw a need. All right, so that's going to do it for us here at Speed Gaming. Make sure you check out all the stuff that we have. I believe we have a 9 p.m. that should be getting restreamed. I'm not 100% sure right now. but you'll want to check that out. It is standard mode. So, and if you're not watching, come run it. Everyone can run a Link to the Past randomizer. It's a great game, despite Zora sometimes having the hookshot and no rupees. So come join us for that. And with that, I'll leave you with the last word, Koi.
Just a big thank you to everybody. Guys, stay tuned to those speed gaming channels, all 6 of them. Speed runs happen all the time, and they're a ton of fun to watch. Don't miss anything. It's great. Thank you guys so much. That's going to be it. We'll see you later.
Bye, everyone.